Welcome to Rayo Energy Wednesday meditation. So glad you could be here. So sit back and get comfortable. Begin to breathe in through the nose and exhale gently through the mouth, allowing the air to seep in and seep out without effort. And I'd like you to begin to imagine a beautiful, gentle waterfall of relaxation pouring down over the top of your head, trickling slowly down over the face, relaxing the eye muscles and the jaw muscles, flowing down through the neck and the shoulders, feeling the shoulders drop and melt. And you feel this beautiful flowing relaxation water moving down through the torso, relaxing the abdomen, flowing down, relaxing the spine. And you feel it flowing down through the hips, melting any tension in the psoas or the hip flexors. And this beautiful relaxation continues to gently flow down through the legs, all the way down to the feet, relaxing the knees and the ankles, the arches of the feet. Taking a long exhale out of the mouth. And I'd like you to imagine before you a beautiful garden gate. And you can't quite see what's beyond this garden gate yet. But you see the fence that this garden gate is made out of, or these natural elements. And perhaps there's vines woven across this gate or other flora supporting it. And in a moment, I'm going to count down from 5. And you'll walk through this gate, open the gate, stepping through that threshold. And you'll be welcomed by the sight of your own being, your own energy essence as a tree in the center of this garden. So being conscious of the breath. And I'll begin counting down, relaxing with each step. 5, 4, 3, you're beginning to open the garden gate. 2, and 1. And you've opened the garden gates, and you're stepping across this threshold, this liminal space, to see yourself as a tree. And just take in the sight, take in the feeling. If you're more of a sensory person, feel what the energy of this tree is like. Slowly moving your eyes or your sensory organs over this tree. taking in its colors or listening to its rustling or its stillness. And you gently walk up to this beautiful tree and place your hand upon its trunk. And you ask its permission to be with it today, to see life from its perspective today, and to feel its energy today. And if it feels right to you and this tree being of yourself, you can step into its shoes and actually become the tree and see yourself looking out from its perspective or feeling out into the world from its perspective. And if it feels right to you, instead to stay seated or standing at its base, in touch with its root system, that's equally beautiful and offers a completely different perspective. So take a few breaths here and feel yourself as or next to the trunk of this tree or the cortex of this cactus. Feel the texture of it from the inside or the out, the density of it. Perhaps your tree is moving in the wind. And tuning into your feet on the earth. Feeling the root system of this tree being that you are. Feeling if the roots spread ever outward or shoot down into the earth. And extending your presence up into the tree, up through its branches and its leaves or its needles or its spines. Feeling presence in your arms and your legs, feeling the appendages of this tree. Are they firm, steadfast, or flowing in the wind, flexing? Listening to the sound of the leaves or the sounds in the tree. Maybe the beetles are scurrying across your branches, or the birds are fluttering down to land on a branch. Feeling and listening to and seeing the fauna, the wildlife that gathers around you and within you. And you may encounter more of a desolate scene. You may not have much wildlife around the tree, and that is also equally beautiful in its stillness. And extending your presence up to your neck and your head, being the very top of this tree. And noticing what the very top branches or spines or arms of this tree being, what they encounter in the beyond. Do they encounter gusty winds up at the top? Are they interlaced with many other tree beings as a canopy? Do they have a vast view? Taking a few breaths to take in what you encounter at the top. And then I'd like you to feel the totality of your tree being. Stepping back, in a sense, to see a broader view of your tree. And noticing its environment. Noticing its community or its isolation. What else is in this garden? What else is in this possibly wild space? Are there other trees, other plants, bare ground, other animals? And now I would like you to take a look at the perimeter of your garden. And this may be a defined perimeter that continues on from that beautiful garden gate that you entered through. Or it might be more wild and just kind of a vague sense of a perimeter. And once you've brought an awareness of that perimeter in, I'd like you to invite in one other being to your garden. So take a few breaths and allow this invite to move outward into the universe. And just accept whoever shows up first or whatever shows up first. It may be a familiar face. It may be an unfamiliar face. It may be a wanted face or an unwanted face, but I encourage you to go with that first being that appears at your garden gate. And even if this face is unwanted or unfamiliar, allowing it into your garden, knowing that there's always a gift. And this potentially unfamiliar, unwanted being may be bringing a gift. So I'm going to count down from 5 slowly. And by the end, this other being will have opened the garden gates and entered your garden. 5, 4, 3, opening the garden gate and stepping through. 2, and 1. And this being who intuitively showed up is now stepping into your garden with you. Take a few breaths to feel the energy, noting if it's changed or not, and noting without judgment what that change might be. Noting the quality of your breath as you're sensing this being, sensing the energy of this familiar or unfamiliar being. And if you are still in your tree body, I'd like you to invite this visitor to come sit at the base of your tree. Enjoy the shade, enjoy the safety, enjoy the scent of the leaves or the pine's needles. Enjoy the feeling of the soft earth at your base. And if you are outside of your tree body, I invite you to ask this being to join you seated underneath this tree. Feeling the groundedness of the roots beneath you. Feeling the safety and protection of the boughs of your tree or the arms of your cactus. Feeling that the earth is with you. The plant life and the animals are with you. The air particles hugging your skin are with you. And in return for this invitation to enjoy the beauty of your tree being, your visitor reaches into their cloak and pulls out a gift. and they hold out their hands offering this gift to you that may be something tangible, may be intangible, may simply be a feeling or a knowing that is gifted. And in gratitude, you receive this gift. And we'll spend a few minutes in silence integrating this gift or being with its energy to understand this gift better. And you may, depending on what this gift is, you may want to wear it. You may want to rub it on your skin. You may want to sit with its energy. Whatever you feel is right with this gift, it's your time now to explore. Taking a last breath with this gift. And integrating this gift into your being, into your tree being, if that feels right. We'll hum 3 times, humming at whatever tone comes to you intuitively, whatever volume feels right to you. And silent humming is just as powerful as vocal humming. And thanking this visitor for having brought you a thoughtful gift, a wise gift. And the meaning of this gift may continue to unfold for you over the rest of the day, over the rest of the week, perhaps over the rest of your life. It may not be clear in this moment, but trust that it is a gift. And you bid farewell to this visitor who steps out of the garden, out through the beautiful garden gates. And you take 3 last breaths in the body of your tree being, or sitting next to the base of your tree being, filling yourself with the scent of the earthy soil around you, the scent of the air, the scent of the dryness or the moisture in the environment around you. Exhaling anything that's ready to be released in this moment, known or unknown. You can simply say, I release anything that's ready to be released. Anything that's ready to move on in the infinite search of balance. And you bid farewell to your tree being, your tree body, as you slowly step out of this body, standing up next to your tree. Placing your fingertips together in front of your heart and thanking this tree for its wisdom and its companionship today. Knowing that it is an extension of you, you are an extension of it. And it's always here to support you, to guide you whenever the need arises. And it's simply there for companionship. If you are ever having a lonely moment, a moment when you need the most true of friends, the deepest of love, you can come to the base of this tree and embody this tree being to help fill your soul. You slowly step toward the garden gate, taking in all of the senses. And as you reach the garden gate, I'm going to count down from 5 as you step through this liminal space and reawaken in your current body in this moment. 5, 4, 3, stepping through this beautiful gate, 2, and 1, feeling yourself beginning to awaken in your body, wiggling the toes and moving the fingers. Feeling your presence flow from the top of the head down through the hips to the feet in this body, in this moment. And when you're ready, placing the palms together and rubbing the palms. Feeling the warmth of your hands. Gently opening the eyes. And combing the head. Ten little dragons running through the forest, feeling them clearing out any last bits of anxiety in the head, any last remnants of headache or pressure, allowing them to clear it clean. I thank you for joining me today. Wishing you very much love, much light, and much joy. And I will see you soon.